Hi guys, welcome back to another bi-weekly, weekly, tri-weekly, whatever the frick this is, episode of the Buckbusters podcast. Surrounded by almost the same people.
How's it going?
Before we get into the episode, we're going to go over our sponsor for this week's video. Or not, it's not a video. It's just a podcast. I mean, it will be a video, but
Yeah.
it's going to be Harpoon. Harpoon is one of the... I don't even know what to say about these guys. I know they partner up with like UFO Beer Company, Clown Shoe, Long Trail. They have a bunch of merch and stuff, which is great for St. Patty's Day that's coming up. Obviously, a big drinking holiday here in the States. People, for whatever reason, love to get drunk out in public, and St. Patty's Day is a great thing. But these guys have all your merch, all your memorabilia. Well, not your memorabilia. It has stuff for your dogs, collar leashes. It has like your beer glasses if you're big into collecting that. I don't know how many people are in the States, but I know, Bob, you're big into shot glasses. Mm-hmm. So these guys are the way to go. Use Buck. Holy shit, I can't talk today, guys. I'm sorry. Use promo code BUCK2026. That's BUCK Buck 2026 to get 20% off your very next purchase. And with that, let's get into the episode. So let's kick it off with the OHL over there with Pinhead.
Yeah, as of last recording with the Otters, I forgot to talk about the Otters real quick. They had 5 games since last recording. Obviously, they fell short to the London Knights back on the 10th, 4-1. The Windsor Spitfire 3-2 on the 16th. The Spirit on the 17th 6-1, and then on the 23rd at Guelph 3-2 in a shootout, and then last night Saturday the 24th 4-3 against Kitchener in overtime.
It's tough. Don't get me wrong. I'm not disappointed in their play. No. Especially last night's game against the Rangers. The Rangers are a good team. They're second in the West for a reason. They're top of the division for a reason. They're a good team.
They really are.
And the fact is, minus that first 20 after we were down 2-0, we were down 3-0.
3-0
early in the second, and we scored 3 unanswered goals to force OT to get that 1 point. I'm not disappointed.
I'm not. And to be truly honest, I'm not disappointed in their recent play. It's just we're
just not getting the outcome that we want.
And even Chris Millet's sound bites after getting swing, he likes how we play. And it's just not the best. The results is what's not getting them. And
it just takes one game, and in a sport like hockey, one game could make you or it could break you, and we just need the break. Just one break, one game where we finally get back into the win column, and then we can go on a streak.
Yeah, because I said they're currently on a 9-game losing streak as of their loss to Kitchener last night. They're now 9, but they at least got 2 points. So they're still looking for their first win of the New Year's. So.
Yeah, they've lost 11 of their past 12, including a 9-game losing streak. Their last win, obviously, I know we mentioned this in the last episode, where they beat Brantford in Brantford, a 3-2 win. And then that was, again, the last win that the Otters have seen.
Yeah.
Obviously, we haven't seen a win on home ice since the 19th of December against Sarnia. So it's
a little over a month.
It has been over a month. Jesus Christ. It'll be a month tomorrow. My God. And rebuilds are tough. I wish they weren't this tough. But
honestly, at this point, I think we could kind of say it's going to be a big hole to be able to get back into the playoff picture. But looking at it right now, I'm not saying it's over, but I think at this point, the Otters are looking at. Trying to get at least a top 4 pick in that, which
As of right now, we are tied for ninth place in the West with Sarnia. Yeah,
we're tied. They got a game, and Erie has a game in hand on Sarnia.
And unfortunately, we're 8 points back from a playoff spot, which Owen Sound does hold with 40 points.
Yeah. Like, it's not like...
It's not impossible, but it's going to be tough.
Yeah.
It is really going to be a tough uphill climb, but, again, low expectations. What milestones do you have here, Jeff?
Let me bring them up. Alright. Going all the way back on the 16th, Joris Rusa, the Saginaw Spirit, gets his first career OHL goal for the Kitchener Rangers. And Chicago Blackhawks prospect Jack Prindham of the Kitchener Rangers gets a second career OHL hat trick. Anaheim Ducks prospect Ethan Persam of the North Bay Battalion gets a second career OHL hat trick versus the Oshawa Generals. And then goaltender Cole Vidali of the North Bay Battalion in 32 states gets his first career OHL win in his very first start. On January 18th, Jason Roy of the Brantford Steelheads gets his first career OHL goal versus the Windsor Spitfire. Alec McLean of the Kingston Frontenacs played in his 100th career OHL game versus Brantford Bulldogs. Grayson Tiller of the Niagara Ice Dogs played in his 250th career OHL game. And Otters legend Easton Rye of the Peterborough Peace gets his second career OHL shutout.
Good morning there, sunshine.
Yeah,
I'm just tired. It's been a long week.
Goaltender Matthew Humphreys of the Oshawa Generals gets his first career win versus the Erie Colts. On the January 21st, LA Kings prospect Carter George of the Sioux Greyhounds gets a second career goalie goal versus the London Knights.
I'm happy for Carter George. I'm even happier that it's against London.
Yeah, he's been on a streak with Sioux. Like five games he's played, he's had 2 shutouts already.
Isn't he 5-0?
Yeah. His save percentage is 9.55 already.
It's a 9.55 save percentage.
Yeah.
He's on a... He's good.
He's... Honestly, I even hate playing against him, but I've always... When he came to Erie with Owens, that was always... When he was in net, it was fun to watch him, just play. So it's kind of...
Yeah, the goaltender battle between Carter George and Noah Erdwin is always fun, but obviously Carter would get that edge. Yeah. But
I said, so we'll kind of see if he actually potentially starts in a couple weeks when Sioux comes to Erie. Actually, next week, that's next Friday, that Sioux's in Erie.
Oh, that's right. I'll be missing that game.
I'll be missing the London game.
I'll be missing all weekend actually, because I'll be out of town.
Next weekend's also UFC.
But on the 23rd, Alex Ferrand of the Windsor Spitfire played in his 300th career OHL game versus the Flint Firebirds. Genick Ula of the Sudbury Wolves played in his 100th career OHL game versus Brantford Bulldogs. Andrew Kuzma and Jackson Schau of the Erie Otters get their first career OHL goals versus the Guelph Storm. And then on the 24th, Dylan Edwards of the Kitchener Rangers played in his 200th career OHL game versus the Erie Otters. Honestly, with his return to Erie, I honestly was not expecting the reaction. Like, I was more expecting boos in all honesty.
But there are definitely a lot of
cheers, and applauses for him.
Especially from the season ticket holders, the diehard fans that are there. Majority of the time, and they understand why he was traded, why that he was asked, and aren't the few that people who come few and far between. Oh, that's bullshit.
But at the same, I also know he was a fan favorite. He was very beloved in
the city of Erie. And he took that took what meant to be an audit to heart, and he definitely led the way when it came to
Because actually, I learned this during our little meeting with Dave Brown last week. Like when Eddie was initially cut from the team, initially his first stint with the Otters, like he was like crying,
sobbing because he didn't want to go down.
He didn't want to go down, but he came up, and then obviously he showed everyone like I'm here to stay.
You were wrong for sending me down, and now this is why. And you're gonna have a heck of a time sending me back down or getting rid of me.
And then no second, his first 2 games back, had a hat trick and a Gordie Howe hat trick, in that small stint like of being called back up. So, and ever since then, he's just been a favorite.
A fan favorite, and he was a mainstay in the area.
Yep.
He's going to be a mainstay anywhere he goes, but...
And then on top of having a video package, like, for his return, too, that was unexpected, too, in that.
Yeah.
Because usually, when players do return to Erie, there's always, like, a picture, and it says, welcome back to Erie,
and,
such and such,
and thank you for all you've done for this franchise kind of thing.
Yeah, so that was kind of cool that they did that for Eddie. And then Brady Smith of Sioux Grams played in his 100th career OHL game versus North Bay Battalion. And then Dallas Stars prospect Brad Gardner of the Barrie Coles played in his 300th career OHL game versus the Brampton Steelheads. Ryson Edgar of the Niagara Ice Dog gets his second career OHL hat trick versus Owen Sound Attack. Then, as of today's recording, January 25th, Jackson Cover of the London Knights gets his first career OHL hat trick versus the Peterborough Petes. And then Owen Carwhite of the Brampton Steelheads gets his first career OHL goal versus the Niagara Ice Dogs. And then that's everything for OHL news and milestones.
Since Kylie ain't here tonight, he sent over his notes for the NHL. I'm just going to quickly go through them. Well, I don't want to take too much of anybody's time here. So, all the way back to January 14th, Johnny Quick, Johnny Not So Quick, started his 800th career game, whereas on the 15th, Jonathan Taze recorded his 900th career points. As well as Tage Thompson recorded his 9th career hat trick against Montreal, which his second goal of that hat trick was his 200th of his career. Can I just say that the Johnny Taze was returned to Chicago?
Oh my gosh, that was
It was a 5-minute ovation. 5 minutes. He had to take like 6 or 7 laps around the ice.
Wow.
So
that was it. That honestly was like heartwarming. The fact that like Jonathan Taze, obviously he stepped away for personal reasons, but then came back to play hockey for his now Winnipeg. But just you could tell like how much he desperately was appreciated for wearing the Blackhawks jersey, and on top of that being the captain for so long.
he loved Chicago. Chicago loved him. Obviously, he led them to 3 Stanley Cups there in the early 2010s. So there's definitely a part of him that's left in Chicago, and again, a big chunk of Chicago is in his heart. So
Yeah.
obviously, a special place for him. But happy to see the appreciation finally go back to him, even after all the hard work from all his injuries and illnesses and whatnot. All right, up to the 16th, the day of hat tricks. Or, actually, no, there are a lot of hat tricks, never mind. Nikolai Ehlers scored his 6th career hat trick against Florida, as well as Ryan O'Reilly recorded his 7th career hat trick against Colorado. On the 17th, Brendan Othman scored his first goal against Philadelphia. Screw you, Philly. Even though the Rangers are trash. Screw you, Philly. As well as Mika Zibanejad recorded his 10th career hat trick, also against Philadelphia. Andrei Svechnikov recorded his 4th career hattie against the Devils, as well as Shea Theodore played in his 600th career game. The 18th, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins played in his 1,000th career game, obviously all with Edmonton. As well as on the 19th, Sid, the middle-aged man, played in his 1,400th game. That can't be right. Is it right?
I knew it was 1400th.
Okay. That just seems like a lot, especially with his injuries.
Yeah.
I'm going to fact check that because...
I know, that one kind of is crazy thinking like he's played that much with all the injuries. Especially with the concussions are very early.
It would be correct. Because tonight would be 14:03 against the Canucks. Okay. And then moving on to Nate Mack becomes the 70th player in history to reach 1,100 points. Those Nova Scotians can really pump with good NHLers.
Really?
And one rap, but I mean, that's besides the point. He's still a good NHLer. Marcus Foligno recorded his first career hat trick against Toronto. The 20th, I'm gonna butcher the heck out of this. Consta Helenis out of Buffalo recorded his first career point and goal against Nashville, totaling 3 points in the game in his second ever NHL game. At the 21st, you got Alex Killorn playing in game number 1,000, as well as John Carlson recording career assist number 600. 22nd, Charlie Coyle played in game number 1,000. Joel Nordstrom scored his first career goal with Carolina. Roman Nielsen also played in career game number 1,000, as well as Stamkos recorded his 16th career hat trick against Ottawa. The 23rd, another name that I'm going to say God bless you to. Lenny Hemencheko.
Achoo.
Exactly. Of the Devils scored his first career goal against Vancouver. Moving on to the 24th, Cole Caulfield, second career hat trick against Boston. Mason Marshman, his third career hat trick against Tampa Bay. Leon Draisaitl, assist number 600, as well as his teammate Evan Bouchard recorded his first career hat trick as a part of his 6-point night against Washington. About time that multi-millionaire bum starts producing.
Yeah.
And then last but not least, on the 25th, Brock the Rock Nelson recorded his 5th career hat trick against Toronto. And another team that he's slowly, it seems like he's like...
Finally.
Well, then he kind of jabs away at Brock Nelson in Toronto, because I know he's kind of not torn it up, but he's kind of jabbed at them when he was on the island, and now he's doing it out in Colorado. So I'm happy that he can kind of, twist the knife around in the wound there. So it's it's kind of a good thing. Oh, I almost forgot. Also today, the Penguins trio of Crosby, Malkin, and Letang are playing in their 1,000th career game together. Which is still currently going on as of recording in the game against Vancouver, which is the 4th most in NHL history, and they're which includes pre-regular and postseason. They are 41 games behind the number one, or they're 40 games behind, and 41 games from taking over the number one spot of Dustin Brown, Anze Kopitar, and Drew Doughty. Mm-hmm. So, if they do end up making a deep playoff run this year, they have a good chance of becoming the number one trade together. Not by much, but it'll still be something.
Oh yeah, it's just crazy to think how that they're the longest tenured 3 teammates, but and they're still going.
They're still bumping, man. Crosby, it seems like he hasn't aged. Malkin's having a spectacular season at the age of 39.
I love seeing that again from Malkin. There for a couple of years there, Malkin just didn't look like Malkin whatsoever. And now he's looking like he's prime Gino again.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw his goal from earlier today, but he had a really nice a nice tip. He was driving. I think Tommy Novak was coming up the left wing circle, and Gino was just driving, stick down, hit the stake right above the right shoulder there of Lincoln. So it was a pretty good goal.
Oh yeah, goal. It was.
So definitely thankful and happy to see Gino Machino well oiled again.
Yeah, but I love Prime Alkin. That's what I gotta say.
It's. Well, and they're second in the Metro now,
Yeah.
right? Or last time I had checked, they were still second in the Metro. But I know they were idle the past couple
I
days.
know they've been kind of like back and forth the last.
So yeah, we are second in the Metro. We're 8 points behind the number one Carolina with 2 games in hand. We are 2 points ahead of the Islanders with a game in hand over them. I do want to say this because I was thinking about it at work the other day, and looking at this playoff race, and looking at how competitive that wild card race is. Like, if these divisions weren't the way that they are, we're 7th in the conference, which we would have to go up against Carolina in the playoffs because. Yeah, they're the second seeded team, only to Detroit. Ethan would be happy.
Which is they've been on a tear recently, and friggin' Buffalo, like look at them,
They're third in their division.
third in their division, third in the conference right now.
Fourth.
Oh, fourth. I don't know why I said, but fourth. Like just man, like everything is turned.
Things are starting to look up for Buffalo.
Oh, there's one milestone I forgot. I think it was last night. Lindy Ruff got his 1,000th.
Oh, that's yeah.
Lindy Ruff got his 1,000th win as well.
That's right.
But like,
yeah, Buffalo has been definitely one of the hottest teams ever since American Thanksgiving, and Buffalo's looking good.
I mean, I like it. It's been enjoying seeing Buffalo actually see some success again finally.
And now we have 2 good local NHL teams around us, and then Columbus.
Yeah.
That'd be fun to go to a Sabres game before the playoffs. I mean, I know that's kind of last minute, but
well, you saw the group chat. Kyle's trying to.
Yes.
He wants to go next week.
I say him and I were talking about.
Well, my biggest thing is that I have to call up for work. I don't want to do that just to go to a hockey game.
Yeah, if I'm able to go, I'll go. But
well, if it was like a Saturday night, I would just, if it's a Saturday, I don't know, I don't remember what day of the week it is.
Yeah, it's a Thursday.
Yeah, so I'd have to call off for work. So,
but yeah, like that's been really enjoying seeing that finally though for Buffalo. Like actually, like really good for them. Detroit, obviously, that's also exciting to see them finally
doing well
because they've been teetering in the last few years, like on the border of making the playoffs, but finally.
Yeah, they finally popped the bubble.
Yeah.
They're finally doing well, and I don't know, Ethan's happy about it.
Defense has been like incredible. Like Snyder's
he's having a hell of a season.
Like having a really good season. He's gonna, I know, be a contender for the Norris, but obviously Gibby is being like actually I think just scenery needed.
Yeah, I
needed to be for him and that.
I know he did have a rough start of the season.
Yeah,
a really rough. Like I think he got pulled in 2 of his first 3 games or something like that. He was not looking good. And then all you need to do is hear the word Kyle, or the name Kyle, and you turn on beast mode.
Yeah, because obviously, as we know, that's Kyle's kryptonite is Gibby.
Gibby.
But I just have this feeling that 5 of the 8 Eastern Conference playoff spots will be filled by a team from the Atlantic.
Yeah.
It just will be, especially with how tight it is. I mean, there might be a chance there might be a last day squeaking by the Metro, but even then, I'm expecting, like I said, the 5 of the 8 slots to be filled by the Atlantic.
I know we talked about it in previously, not a while ago. Like it's funny, like for years it was the Metro that was like the dominant team, and then you obviously had a couple Atlantic teams, and then now it's just flipped. Like it's now the Atlantic that is just being the best,
the best division
in the East, and then Metro's kind of fallen off. So I feel like it's been like every seems like it's now going like
Every 7 or 8 years, it
Yeah.
seems to
switch.
breathe, buddy, breathe. I know Odo's hair, especially
Oh,
on
shit.
that bed.
Well, it's not even that. It's just from the cigarette smoke at the bar.
Yeah, you're smelling pretty. It's smelling pretty bad. That's why the candle.
Yeah, I figured.
But yeah, it seems like every 7 or 8 years or so, it always swaps between the Atlantic being the dominant division to the Metro being the dominant division, and I wish I could say the same about the West, but you have in each division you have your set 4, maybe 5 teams that are always pretty dominant, and those are the teams that you're gonna get always. Now, obviously, they might they're gonna have to juggle around for those 8 spots, but it's usually always set for those 4 or 5 teams from each division to carry the way. And the West isn't an exciting place.
No.
They're fun, but it's just like, oh, it's just because it's hockey, or there's a player on the team that I like, or they're playing on Eastern based team. It's just step your shit up, Western Conference. Just a bunch of bums.
Because right now, obviously because right now Colorado's obviously the favorite to win the President's Trophy, and right now they're already at, holy crap, they're already at 79 points already.
Yeah, they're looking like a strong team.
Yeah.
And then I know Tampa's making a run. I think up through Monday or Tuesday last week, they were 12-0-1 of the last 13. So like they have a good point streak. They're looking like a pretty threatening team here in the East. I think they're making the rise back in the standings. Oh, they're second in the Atlantic, only to Detroit. They're 1 point behind, but have 3 games in hand. So again, they're on the climb.
Yeah. I think the one team that's kind of honestly surprised me so far in the West though is Utah. Like how much they've.
Well, between Utah and San Jose.
San Jose has actually been really fun too. Again, like another team. I've been actually talking to my one coworker at work who's a Sharks fan, and I've been telling him like it's been fun actually watching Sharks hockey for a change. Like
Celebrating in the crew, man. They're again like just this off season, something clicked and they started doing good. So I'm happy for Utah. I'm happy for Mammoth fans. That I'm happy for that franchise for actually being halfway competitive compared to what they were in Arizona.
And what's so nice about Utah, like they were literally welcomed, like all the players, like with open arms, like hey, come
join us.
Like, we're very excited to have you guys like play for us in Salt Lake City, and that like we're gonna take good care of you guys. And
I know there are plans to build a new arena because the Delta Center, it's great, but it's built for basketball.
I know it's like one of the worst. Like when it comes to like visibility, like of the rink, it's one of the worst ones in the league currently because of like again it's kind of like with the Islanders when they were kind of rotating between the old Coliseum and the Barclays Center for a while. They were like the Coliseum was great, was for the longest time the Rain, and then Islanders, and then when they started going to the Barclays, that was meant for the
Knicks.
Yeah,
and I mean, like I said, it's a great place, but it's not hockey related. It's not hockey forward, and like it's easier to throw a basketball team in with an NHL team. It's tough to do an NHL team into a basketball arena kind of thing.
Like I know if for some ever reason which I know it's been rumors forever now, like with whether it's the women's or the NBA, like I know with Pittsburgh potentially down the road if they ever get an NBA team, like I know it'll be like weird for NBA fans, like because of it being mainly built for a hockey arena, like Pittsburgh.
But you can work around that. I mean, it's gonna take some work the first couple months of the season. Like this is how we do it, this is what has to be done. But like after month 3, like I
don't see Pittsburgh being a basketball town any way, shape, or form.
I don't either, but
Neither do I.
there's always a chance, and
I know it's been rumored for.
I mean,
forever.
if anything, starting on a pit. Pitt's downtown. You have that beautiful campus in Pitt. That's where they could play in the arena.
Well,
It already has a big basketball court.
What's capacity? Do you know? Because I think that's where the concern is the capacity. Because again, look what happened here in Erie when we had the Bayhawks back in the day.
Yeah.
They are insurance.
12,000. So start small, and then if it gets successful, then go PPG and do both. If not,
I was gonna say I'm using the EIA as an example. I know it's a much smaller building, but originally built for hockey.
Yeah.
And you had all that storage area for basketball, the basketball stuff, and you could just transform overnight. I mean, there are a lot of teams out there that, you know, it's built for both. Chicago, DC, LA, MSG. There's a lot of places out there that have those buildings as multi-purpose, and obviously you're able to use PPG for concerts and other stuff. So why can't you do it for basketball?
Yeah.
It's just keep the ice protected for the Penguins, and throw together the court, throw together whatever flooring you need, and just pull out extended seatings, because the basketball court isn't going to fill that hockey rink.
No.
That's just the way that it is. But there's the potential there. There's the capacity there. It's just logistically, what is it going to come across?
Mm-hmm.
So
I think that's really the only issue right now with Utah has. It's just because it being in an old building that's more dedicated to the Jazz than when before hockey. But I think over time will be like Utah will figure out everything to make capacity look, I think, better for both the Jazz and the Mammoth down the road.
and again, it was built for basketball.
Yep.
That's the biggest concern. I'm gonna stand on this, and I'm gonna keep repeating it until the day I die. It's easier to convert an NHL rink or an NHL base building to basketball than it is the other way around. And the Delta Center was built in 1991, originally for the Utah Grizzlies, but then they changed it to the Utah Jazz. And obviously it has hosted the 2002 Winter Olympic skating events. So it's able to host big events for that. The capacity varies by events. Capacity is around 18,000 for basketball and 17,000 for hockey after renovations. They're doing renovations here now. A multi-year renovation project began in 2025 to transform it into a state-of-the-art dual sport venue. So they will be fixing it up. It's just a matter of when it's going to be done.
Yeah.
But it's not used very much in the summer, just because both winter sports.
Probably, I think at most it's maybe for concerts or if they have concerts out there.
And even so, they can do it outside.
Yeah.
I don't know what other venues they have out in Salt Lake City.
Yeah.
But it's definitely a good, safe bet to have that building just in case.
Yeah, but I think that's why they're doing the ramp, because they figure just to make it more capacitable, make it.
They want more in that building. And
yeah.
It's a beautiful building. Just it needs some work. I don't know if I have anything else.
I don't have anything else.
Neither do I. I think we didn't talk about it while we're talking about Utah. I don't think we talked about it in the last episode. But it was officially next season. Utah and Colorado will be the Winter Classic for next year. Which that should honestly, that'll be kind of interested.
Yeah. With it being in Utah, right?
Yeah.
So that's definitely.
I was telling you last night, just calling while we were talking about a little bit about it. Honestly, I kind of would like to see the Mammoth use a baby blue winter, have a baby blue, something like for the Winter Classic. I think that'd be pretty cool.
Well, because I think that is their
It's
their third color, their
Yeah.
tertiary color. So
yeah, black, because it's black, baby blue, and white.
Mm.
well, I know when we were talking about this at the Otters game last night, I had said, we kind of brought up as like, look, the 10-year or 20-year,
The 20th
Yeah.
anniversary of the Winter Classic.
the original Winter Classic is coming up here, so wouldn't it be nice to see it in the new Highmark Stadium? I said, the original Penguins uniforms. The baby blue that we
Yep.
used in the first one, but the diagonal Pittsburgh.
I think that'd be really cool, bringing those back.
Yeah, overall, just seeing those live in action. I know I have the one in the Malkin jersey across the way.
Honestly, I also brought that up. Like, if Pittsburgh didn't bring those back, well, if they didn't actually throw it back to their original jerseys for the winter, I would say just do a reverse of the baby blue version Penguins Winter Classic, and just do like a white and baby blue, like just a white
a
white base, but
the blue shoulder pads.
yeah.
See, Buffalo were.
They wore white at that one with what they're currently wearing, just more royal, because they were navy and gold at the time. It was it's kind of closer to what they're wearing now with their whites and that.
I just want to. I wanted the baby blues to come back.
I love the baby. Regardless, as long as they use the baby blue, I'm all for it.
I think that's it.
Yeah. Also, I don't think I have nothing else to say.
It's definitely going to be a short episode, but hey, it is what it is.
It's alright. I know the weather kind of was almost for us.
Well, it's bad here. Well, it's bad across the country, so.
Yeah, because half the East Coast is getting hit with this very ice freezing
It's disgusting. But stay safe out there. Again, thank you to Harpoon for sponsoring this episode. Make sure you check them out. Link will be in the description. Promo code BUCK2026. Use it up, people. Go check them out. Get your swag in for St. Patty's Day. It's going to come up faster than what we think.
Yep.
Nice.
So is the snow.
Well, the snow sucks.
Yeah.
Let's not talk about that, alright? Alright, see you guys.
Bye.
See ya.